Assalamu alaikum and very good morning dear students. It's our fourth video lesson and first lesson of chapter 2, square and square roots. Today's topics are squares and perfect squares, square roots of natural numbers and vulgar fractions. Dear students, please open your mathematics box new countdown book 8. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to reinforce real numbers and its types, identify squares and perfect squares, calculate square root of perfect squares by prime factorization, calculate square root by division method, and find the square root of vulgar fractions. Now we will revise numbers. Real numbers is the main type of numbers, and these are divided into rational numbers and irrational numbers. Now rational numbers further divided into integers and fractions, and irrational numbers further divided into non-terminating fractions and non-recurring fractions. Now we will come to our topic, squares and perfect squares. The square of a number is the product of a number multiplied by itself. The square of a natural number is called a perfect square. Suppose the square of 4 is 16, like 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. So a number which is a perfect square will always have 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9 at its units place digit. So you can easily identify perfect squares. The number of zeros at the end of a perfect square is always even. Like 60 is never a perfect square, but 100 is a perfect square. 20 is not a perfect square, but 200 is a perfect square. The square of an even number is always even, and an odd number is always odd. Now, square roots of natural numbers. The square root of a number n is always a number that produces the number n when multiplied by itself. The square root of a number is denoted by the radical symbol, which is this. And the number inside the square root symbol is the radicand. Like whichever number is written inside this symbol, it is called radicand. The square root of a number has two values, one with positive and other with negative sign, as the square root of 9 is plus 3 or minus 3. How is it possible? Yes, I can prove it. As I told you, square of a number is the number multiplied by itself. When we multiply plus 3 by plus 3, the answer is 9. But when we multiply minus 3 by minus 3, what is the answer? Yes, it is also 9. This is also plus 9. You remember the rules which you learned in previous grades. Now, the square root of a perfect square can be found by the prime factorization method. And the other method to find the square root of a number is division method. Now, prime factorization. The square root of 7056. What we have to do in first step, we will start dividing this number. So, the possible smallest number which can be divide this number is 2, because the first digit is even, so the number is divisible by 2. So the answer is 3528. Again, this is an even number, so we will divide it by 2 and the answer is 1764. Now again, it's even number and we will divide it by 2. Answer is 882. Now again, even number, so the answer is 441. Now this is an odd number, but we can easily find, because you have done rules of divisibility. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. So it means it is divisible by 3. So we will divide it by 3. The answer is 147. The same rule we will apply over here. So it is divided by 3 again. So answer is 49. And for 49, you can easily say that it is only divisible by 7. So 49 divided by 7 is 7, and then 7 divided by 7 is 1. Now our next step is that we will write all these numbers over here and we will make their groups or pairs, like 2 multiplied by 2, then 2 multiplied by 2, then 3 by 3, 7 by 7. All these are written over here. Now we will take one pair once, like this pair, we will write it once, this pair, we will write it once, again this next pair, we will write it once, and then this pair, we will write it once. And we will multiply all these numbers, 2 by 2, 4, by 3, 12, then by 7 is 84. So the square root of 7056 is 84. I hope this is clear to all of you. Now the second method, which is division method. The square root of 34,596 we have to find. So first step is we will make pairs, and we will start making pairs from right side. So 96 is a pair, 45 is a pair, then 3 is alone, which we will write under this sign. Now we will divide 3 by any number. So it is only divisible by 1 because 2 multiplied, because we have to write same number over here. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, which is bigger than 3. So we can't take 2. So 1 is the only possible number. So 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. Okay. Now what we have to do? We will add these numbers by itself. Like 1 will be added with 1. So the answer will come 2. Okay. Is it clear that we will add up this number again? So 1 plus 1 is 2, and we have done this division. 1 by 1 is 1. Okay. Now we will minus, like in division sums. 3 minus 1 is 2, and here we have 2 only. We will take this pair down, so now we have 245. So this 8 is not written over here right now. We will write it later. First we will try, suppose we will try 22 multiplied by 2. So it is far less than 245. Then we can take 25 multiplied by 5. Then again this is far lesser than 245. So we will try many numbers. So we will get that 28 multiplied by 8 is very close to 245. So we will divide 28, like 245 divided by 28. So it is 28 8s are 224. We will write it over here, and we will minus it, so we will get 21 here. And we will add up again, as we added 1 with 1, we will add 8 and 8 over here, so we will get 36 here. 28 plus 8 is 36. Now we will take this last pair down, which is 96. Now we have the number 2196, which we have to divide by 36 and any other number. So we can try 362 by 2. Again, this is very less than 2196. We'll try more numbers. And when we will try 366 by 6, the answer is 2196. That was the requirement. So then 366 we will divide. So it is 366 by 6 is 2196, and the answer will come 186, which is the square root of 34,596. I hope with a little more practice you can understand this, and you can easily do this method. Maybe it will take a little time, but it is not as difficult. Now we follow the same method to find the square root of decimal numbers and the numbers which are not perfect squares. Now, square roots of vulgar fractions. First of all, what are vulgar fractions? Vulgar fractions are fractions which can only be written as numerator and denominator and cannot be expressed accurately as decimal values. For example, 2 over 3 is a vulgar fraction, and its decimal form is 0.66666 and never ending. Like we can just keep writing 6 and 6. It is called recurring even. So, but it is a vulgar fraction because the accurate decimal value is not possible to write. Now, for square root of vulgar fraction, we find the square root of numerator and denominator separately and then write the answer. Like suppose 81 over 625. So we will write a square root of 81, which is 9, and then square root of 625, which is 25. So the square root is 9 over 25. It means the square root of 81 over 625 is 9 over 25. I hope this is clear. Now we have done a lot of work, so we want to play something. Yes, a little mathematical game. Now, first of all, you can see this. It's written 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 till it is 12. Okay. all the numbers till 12. Then it is in descending order. After 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these are so many numbers. What could be the answer of this? Can you tell me in few seconds? No, not possible. But I can tell you. Yes, and I will share a trick with you also. Like, just look at this center number, 12. If we will make its a square, this will be the sum of all these numbers. Isn't it surprising? We will check what is the answer. Yes, it is 144 because 12 multiplied by 12 is 144. Okay, now we will just play with few more numbers. These are even bigger numbers. So I didn't write all the numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 5 till 20. And then in descending order, 19, 18, then 3, 2, 1. So like I missed the numbers. I didn't write because it will take a little time. But you know that the center number is 20, and after that I have start writing in descending order. So now everyone can tell me the answer. I hope all of you can. Yes, what is the answer? What we have to do? Yes, we will make a square of 20, and the answer is 400. Yes, very nice. Isn't it an interesting game? And we are doing practice of a square also. Now, even bigger number. So now we have from 1 till 500. Then descending order from 500 till 1. Now what is the sum? Now everyone is very smart. Everyone wants to say the answer. Okay, yes, the answer is 500 multiplied by 500. It is 250,000. So it's interesting game. You can play with each other, give any bigger number, and then get the answer in seconds. And it is practice of making a square of numbers. Now we will see what we have learned today. We learned real numbers and its types, squares and perfect squares, square root of perfect squares by prime factorization, square root by division method, and square root of vulgar fractions. Now, if you implement your learning in your work, you can easily accomplish the task. Your task number 1 is question number 1 till 3, exercise 2, page 30 of new countdown 8. Your task 2 is question number 4 to 6, exercise 2, page 30 and 31 of new countdown 8. Your task 3 is question number 7 to 10, exercise 2, page 31 of new countdown 8. Your task 4 is question number 11 to 13, exercise 2, page 31 of new countdown 8. And your last task is question number 1 to 5, multiple choice questions 2, page 31 of new countdown 8. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Allah Hafiz and keep practicing.